Hi everyone, how are you? Steve Gonzer here. I want to talk to you about running injuries. So another week has gone by, another week of the coronavirus, COVID-19, and I'm seeing a lot of runners come in now. People are getting a little bit more apt to seek out some help because truthfully, a lot of runners have just legitimately just tried to rest their injuries and then go back to running. And it's this whole cycle of things. But I want to talk about the 2-week injury. So most runners don't realize this because they do all the wrong things, but 2 weeks, that's how long most running injuries take to go away. The problem is runners do these things that completely interrupt the healing process and stops things from healing. So real quick, if you want some help getting some structure, I have this injury management blueprint that I use with all my runners in the clinic as a physical therapist. If you want to check that out, there's a whole hour seminar and workbook to help you out. You can go to the link in this post up in the comments somewhere, and you can get access to that for a $1 trial. But I want to talk to you through a couple things that I've been working on with my patients this week to try to get their mind in the right spot about not letting injuries take over. I'm big into graphs, but really I don't even know where this graph is going, but let me think how I'm gonna do this. So time and healing. So what ends up happening is early in the time frame of you being injured, so let's just say you get injured here at day 0, and how do you know you're injured? I'm just gonna go ahead and say it's not by limping around. Usually most runners know they're hurt because they're like, it doesn't feel good. My thing for running injuries, when I talk to my patients, I'm like, well, if you just let me do this, I can get you back to the road sooner instead of you running on it for 4 weeks and then coming to see me. Once you have something that you're running on and it starts to hurt in your daily life, that's your trigger, I tell them. So you're running, you're not going to stop and come see me for every little ache and pain, or you'll never leave my office. But when you're running and you're like, that doesn't feel right, and then later on you're hobbling up and down the stairs a little bit, that's the point when you know you're hurt. And my first thing to tell people is take 2 days and just give it some time, because I'm going to explain this in a minute. Your first 2 days can make all the difference. I recently just had a post that I tore my quad and I got back to completely 5, 6, 7, 8 miles within 2 weeks because I know what to do. That's part of it. I didn't know what I was going to say there. But those 2 days are important. So when you're like, something's wrong, when you have an injury, you're like, yep, I'm definitely have something going on. You're healing. Your body's ability to heal, it is the most jazzed up it's ever going to be the second you hurt yourself. So as soon as you pull something, you bruise something, you tear something, whatever it might be, there's going to be this cascading effect around your injury called inflammation. Everyone thinks inflammation is bad, but guess what? It's not. Inflammation is the start of the healing cycle. It tells your body hey, some damage happened here. I tore this thing. Come in and start cleaning up all the debris. Get me set up for the next phase of healing, which happens after that. The trouble is when runners get to this point, my knee doesn't feel right. I think this hurts. Let's just see how it feels, right? You want to go out and loosen up and see how everything feels. That is the problem, because what ends up happening is your body's super jazzed up to heal on day 0, and as you keep running on it over time, or as you delay the time that you need to take off, usually just 2 days early on, the body's, we'll call it jazziness, it gets less jazzed to heal. So over time, you actually get diminishing returns. There's a point in the healing cycle where your body's like, the hell with this, Steve or Ryan or Susie, whatever. If you're not going to let me heal, I'm done with this. And we actually see a lot of tapered off healing when someone, the body actually trying to stop healing and just kind of gives up and throws in the towel after about 6 months. So there are things you can do to jumpstart the cycle, but just know that when something's wrong, that is the instant that you can make a drastic shift, because I see most runners, what do? This might be you. Let me know if this is you. You think something's wrong, so you go out for a run and you hope that it'll loosen up. And then it doesn't loosen up, so you take a day off. And then you run okay, it's not that bad, but then it's bad again. Then you're okay, maybe I need 2 days off. And what you end up doing is you just kind of whittle down your running. You're in denial, right? Well, I can't run every day, so I'll run every other day. I'm going to run every 3rd day. Instead of 5 miles, I'm going to run 3 miles. That is the death spiral. You're going down the crapper at that point, and you're just in a tailspin. If you can just take and be cognizant enough to take 2 days and just let things calm down, go through what I call pretty much a reloading. It's all part of my injury management blueprint you can find in the link above through the Run Smart Training Center. But don't get caught in this, I'm just going to see what happens. I'm going to see if it loosens up. If you start to have symptoms from running that start to bleed into your daily life, that is your trigger. That's when you want to turn it around. Those 2 weeks, I am I've proven it time and time again with my runners and myself. If you do the right stuff, you can get back to full training within 2 weeks for most injuries. I'm not going to say it's all of them, because some of them are just a little bit more difficult than others, but this can really make a difference. And if you can just get away from this is like the recovery plan, right? You go out and you're like, let's just hope this one's the one. Let's hope that it's just magically gone. Guess what? It's not magically going to be gone, okay? So just know your body's the most jazzed at the start of it. 2 days seems to be a good place to be. Then you start heating it. You can start biking, doing things to it to reload it. Again, it's all in the injury management blueprint. So if you're struggling and you know someone that's struggling, turn them on to go see that. It's about a 50-minute seminar where I talk through my stages. There's a little booklet that goes with it. You can check that out. But don't do this. Everyone does this. When did this happen? And they smile at me and they say, about 6 months ago. I'm like, what are you doing? Even like if it's like 4, 6, 8, 12 weeks ago, that is just a mess. You've just been bashing on it and you're just riding this thing down. And I got to figure out a way to jumpstart the healing cycle and get your body excited about it again. And that's challenging. All right. So hope this helps. I hope everyone's well. If you want some more information on this, go to the link in this post. There's a lot of stuff there. I'll talk to you guys soon. Have a great day. Bye.